Hi everyone, on the show this week, Pam's Vintage Tarot by Real. You know what, first impressions, the really funny thing about this is that I took it out of its box. I've been looking forward to it for so long, and I took it out of its box and I thought, oh, I don't think I'm even going to read with these. They're really dark. And I'll tell you what I mean by really dark. Let's just take the Fool card from the vintage one. And here is a kind of a bog standard Rider-Waite-Smith. With the Centennial deck, you get a slight sepia wash over the cards. And already this one looks a little bit dark if you use it in the evening. You see here you see the white bits. They really are quite brown, and compared to that. So this one already feels dark. And I find that I use this weird deck here, Pam's original artwork only deck, also from Real. And these colours are very bright, a bit vulgar in some ways, but for evening readings, for candlelight readings, they really do pop. Okay, so that is the default setting. That is a little bit brighter and actually highly recommended for evening readings. That is the eccentric Pam's Tarot Originally Art Only Bridge Size Edition. This is a little bit darker, the Centennial, and already looks a bit gloomy in the evenings. And this, which I've just bought, is Pam's Vintage Tarot, which is really extremely dark. So I'm just feeling a bit silly in a way, because even though I love this deck, I've got this sort of suspicion that I might never use it. And that makes me feel like I've kind of been silly and bought something that I don't really need. But anyway, I'll do a flip through, because that's what this video is all about. It's about flipping through the deck. There's not really very much more to say about things. We just flip through, don't we, really? I know a lot of people, when they do flip throughs, they make little comments like, ooh, there's the Fool. Ooh, there's the Magician. There is the Fool and there is the Magician. You can see, digital tea stains, ladies and gentlemen, which I actually like. I'm partial to a digital tea stain from time to time. A digital piece of tobacco patina from time to time really gets me going. I mean, what's funny about these digital tea stains is that because they're digital, they're all in exactly the same place, aren't they? So here we have Strength in the Chariot. You see that? We're living in the unreal world, the world of the simulacrum, aren't we, ladies and gentlemen? As the French philosophers say, nothing's really quite real anymore, is it? But we don't care, because we're tough. And we're not going to be scared by a few nihilistic French philosophers, because we have a great lust for life, and we believe that just because the 20th century was so awful doesn't mean the 21st century has to be awful too. And just because the post-war French philosophers were so pessimistic and negative doesn't mean we have to be that too, does it? So that was the majors. Let's have a look at the Batons. I was really wondering what I was going to talk about during this flip through. I thought I could tell you about a new recipe. Kind of like a very easy dinner recipe. You see these blues here, I mean, there's so much of a fake tea stain, a fake tobacco patina on this deck that basically everything has become brown. In the Rider-Waite-Smith, that is sky blue, and that is a vibrant sing-song canary yellow. Not anymore, ladies and gentlemen. Not anymore. It's all brown. There was I think an 18th century book about, written by someone in the Royal Academy or something, about how to paint pictures, and it was advice for artists. And one of the rules in how to paint pictures was that when you paint a picture, you should always have a violin by your side, because violins are brown, and good paintings should be brown, this book said, which I always thought was kind of amusing. So anyway, this while we're just listlessly flipping through this Rider-Waite-Smith deck, and there's not very much that can be said about this deck, except that it is the Rider-Waite-Smith deck, with the writing taken off. I mean, that's an innovation, but basically it's been put through a digital tea stain filter, and that's all that can be said. You could also make the observation that this is going to be very dark in the evening. We're in the daylight now. It's snowing outside. It's a very bright day, and in addition to that, zusätzlich, as the Germans would say, I've got a bright light shining on this deck, so it's getting a lot of light, and it's still pretty brown. So imagine, ladies and gentlemen, what's going to happen when the sun sets over the mountains, the shades of night draw in, the bats start to squeak and flit about, and the vampires start scratching at your windows, and you take out your pack of tarot cards and you light a feeble candle, don't you? Because you want to see the future. And the feeble candle shines on this pack of tarot cards, and you can barely see them because of the digital tea stain. Having said that, this is a really lovely deck. It is a deck to treasure. I mean, it's well done, isn't it? That looks like that is 500 years old, but it's not. It's spanking new. It's got a nice plasticated coating on it. If you actually do spill real tea on it, you can actually just wipe it off with a damp cloth, and everything will be back to normal. So, ladies and gentlemen, we live in a world in which we can enjoy things being very old and very new at the same time. I'm releasing videos once a week this year because I'm what the Germans would call fleißig. That means hard-working. I'm a hard-working tarotist, and I have a page on Facebook. I'm available for private consultations. I sometimes do Facebook live sessions, which are a real zoo. Everyone tunes in and asks me to read for free, which I do because I'm so nice. And yeah, I'm writing a book. I'm living my life. I'm running around. I live in Berlin, and sending best wishes from Berlin to you, and hoping that this little flip through video has helped you to make that difficult decision which pack to buy. Lots of love. Bye.